Hi everybody, we're back again with this piece of Russian olive that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. We brought it to finished point on the outside. Everything's done. I got 2 coats of Osmo on it. I did a little bit of Lichtenberg and some CA finish, or CA glue on this crack that we had. Seemed to fill it up pretty good, and it looks a little bit attractive. So what we're going to do today is finish the bottom and go to completion on this. So what I'm going to do is take it off of the lathe. I'm going to change chucks. I've made a jam chuck for it. I was going to try and vacuum chuck it, but I don't feel comfortable with a vacuum on this shape of a bowl, and I just think it's not a good plan for safety wise, and I certainly don't want to see the bowl go flying off into orbit. So I'm going to take this off. And what I've made here is a jam chuck. This fits right in, fairly close to the same size, and I use a piece of leather like so to cushion the blow, and it gives it a good connection between the bowl and the jam chuck. This goes in the chuck, and then I'll bring the tailstock up to here to give it support on the back so we can finish off the bottom end. Now we normally have a dimple in the bottom of the spigot here to center up on, but for some reason or other I don't have one on this particular piece. So we got to kind of try and align this to see that we get it running fairly straight. That's not too bad. That's nice and snug. It's not going anywhere. We're ready to turn. Basically, all we got to do is take the foot off and finish the bottom. Got clearance on everything. We're rolling. I don't like to get too aggressive when we get into a chucking situation like this. We're going to take a light cut and good sharp piece of tool here, so it makes a nice even clean cut. But the big thing is light cuts. Don't go too aggressive. We're getting down pretty close. I want to turn right out to here. So that's our flat surface that the bowl is going to fit on. We'll concave a little bit here, so we've got a little clearance, make sure this sits flat. See how flat we are. Perfect. Okay, I've got a little bit of a ridge here. What causes that? We're not quite straight. But that's going to sand out and not even going to notice it. What I've got here is a sanding board. This one's set with 120 grit sandpaper. We want to just get a flat surface on here, so I've moved the tool rest up so it's above center. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of a sanding cut. You can see where we have to go here. I'm actually going to take another cut in here just to give that a little more clearance in there. I don't like that. What I got is a rubber block to clean my sandpaper. Lasts a little longer, cuts a little better. Got to be careful with this turn because you're working with rings, and close to the center is not so bad, but I just kind of let it flap. Not too much pressure. Can touch up that outside edge. It'll clean up. And go right into the inside. I don't know if you noticed, but I still have a nice bark inclusion here on this base piece and a little bit of the crotch edge right here. So it's got some nice character to it. Finishing up pretty good. Okay, that's down to 180. That looks pretty decent. This little nib on the back end here, we got to clean this off, so we got to be ready to take that off. And I noticed I got a crack in it here. It's going to be a bit of a problem. Normally I would take a diamond point chisel and go in here like so and just take that down a little further, but in this case this is actually coming apart here and it's not going to hold. And without that reinforcing on the end here, I'm not going to have any chunking. It's going to take off on me, so I'm going to stop right there because it's not going to hold together, and I don't want to lose this bowl at this stage. And if there is a little bit of sanding left to do, I'm going to do it on the bench with the power sander and hand sand, because it's just one of those things. The wood split, so I'm not going to be turning it to take it off. We'll have to sand that end out. Okay, as you see, I didn't go all the way through. Got a cut all around the edge. And this will basically sand off. It's a little bit more than what I wanted to have left, but it's okay. There, all we're going to do is sand it up. Yeah, you wouldn't even know there was any in there. I think that's it. I'll probably go back a little more on the sand. We got the 180 on here. I'll probably take it down to 320 and then a coat of Osmo. And we got a complete unit. That's it.
Very good.
Thank you very much for watching. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, don't feel free to contact me. Thank you. Okay, we got that one completed. This one's next. Start all over again. This is going to be the top. We've got a couple of nice branches coming out of here. It's going to be a nice inclusion. Backside's fairly clean. It's got one branch coming out of here, but time to clean this up. This is not going to have any interference with the base at all, so that's next.